Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone who is watching this video in the current time that it is being recorded. I just want to give a shout out to a couple of Phantom Forces creators before I start with this video, and these are the creators I initially saw the topic I'm about to talk about on YouTube. Of course, this is not all of the content creators who talked about this topic, but these are the ones that I have found the most useful, and I highly suggest you go and check them out, and anyone else who also talked about this topic. These content creators are The Ark, Strider, Subspace Sub, Zylic, Fantix, MyPaysum123, PF, and Chalk. I would highly suggest though you go check out Stylis video because he's the first person who posted on this, and not because he's also the first person who posted on this, but he dropped some of the biggest bombshells about Stylis Studios and also brought up a couple controversies and suspicions that might have been happening all of this time behind our backs pretty much. Now, I started making content in I think early 2022, I can't actually quite remember. And before I initially started my channel, I was playing Phantom Forces in the summer of 2017. My cousin suggested I hop onto this game because he thought, well, since I really like first-person shooter games, this game would be a really good game to try. Of course, after a bit of contemplating whether this would be one of those games I would actually end up trying to play, it ended up being one of the greatest decisions I've ever made, because this was literally instantly my favorite first-person shooter game on a platform called Roblox that I've never played in my life, and it quite literally made me stick around. Now, what does me having to do with my content and when I started playing really have to do about this whole controversy that's pretty much been just like exploded in front of our faces? Well, the thing is, I don't think I'm a very credible content creator over this entire situation, which is why I think I'm just gonna give more of my thought of what is going on in this entire situation instead of blindly throwing things out there, just just making assumptions. So pretty much when I initially first started playing Phantom Forces and I was introduced to the community, of course by that time one of the stylists, I'm not sure if he was an admin or if he was like way higher in like the game dev, but there was a guy named Ma and another guy named Willow. I think they were contractors. I think that's what they were pretty much contractors. I think they were responsible for updates, and I have this vivid memory of seeing very strange comments coming from both of these two individuals. Of course, like, I'm going to say like the very one strange thing that I've noticed, and that Strider also brought up in his video, was that there are content creators who still genuinely have their skins. Well, not necessarily content creators, but just in general there are people in the community with high status who still has content in the game and are still being paid in the game regardless of what they've done wrong in the past. Therefore saying, I've seen a skin that looks very similar to one of Ma's old profile pictures, and I'm not sure if the skin was really related to him or if he made it relevant to himself, but it's pretty much like this sort of cat with like ears. I'm not sure in this current moment if the skin was removed. It was in one of the cases. I haven't really checked. I haven't checked recently because I don't really open that case. I rarely use that case. I think it's called Crimbo case. But if that skin is related to Marv, then it is very strange that is the case after all the things that he has initially done in the past. Now, to be completely honest, it wasn't just staff members since the very beginning when this actually started happening that are responsible for these so alleged, allegations. I mean, there were also content creators such as Juke, and there were also a couple of other content creators that I never really knew who were part of this whole scandal of allegedly grooming children. Now, for those who don't know, this entire topic is pretty much about the people in Stylis who are involved with grooming minors. This whole thing was about the minor situation, and yeah, there was a bunch of content creators who were contacting minors, who were being very explicit in front of them, The minors would even confirm the age, but the people or the adults who are still responsible for being inappropriate and contacting these minors still being very irresponsible and still saying the things that they said, showing the things that they have shown to these children. And I think this is hence why we are calling this entire situation the Stylis party. In case you don't understand the joke, it's supposed to be the Diddy party joke, but you know what, I'm just gonna let that slide, just forget about it. One of the people who were heavily responsible for allowing things like the whole grooming and pedophilic outbursts that's been going on within the community is Axis Angle, who is one of the entire members of Stylis Studios, who is responsible. I think he's a programmer. I think he's responsible for being one of the programmers in coding the game, like adding features and adding updates and whatnot. And pretty much he is responsible for pretty much allowing these people to do the things they are doing, and of course he has taken very little accountability behind his actions. He has taken barely any accountability behind his actions over the course of the span of this year. I mean, over the span of all of these years that he has been doing the things that he has been doing and being exposed for the things that he's done. And I think it was just recently that Stylis, or at least so I'm assuming that Stylis has released a document pretty much explaining, confirming what they believe is some allegations that is true, and they've also denied some things. I haven't read the document yet. I couldn't manage to find where this document was. I've tried asking around. I'll probably make a second video just talking about maybe where I can find this document, and if I do find the document before I end up making the second video about this topic, that's if I do make a second video, then I'll pretty much go over exactly what it is they are actually talking about, and you know, just pretty much going over some of that stuff if you guys want me to actually do that. I think one very funny thing about this entire situation that has been going on right now is people are very suspicious with the factor that the reason we've been getting such terrible updates in the past is because the developers I believe that this is a joke, but also I believe that this could be partially true, but the developers were less concerned about how they treated their community. And if you know Stylis Studios, they are very arrogant. They do not listen to their own community for any advice or anything that makes the game a much more playable and enjoyable experience. They are very, very stubborn developers. And what I think now that is convenient for me to add is that they're also very, very weird, very strange, and very, very inappropriate devs. And one thing that the PF community also pointed out is that most of the people who are being called out for being alleged groomers, which I don't think I can even say is alleged anymore, I think they are just actual groomers at this point. They are actual, considerably actual pedophiles, is that most of them are actually furries, and that includes Axis Angle. Is it right for me to say that furries are the ones responsible for pretty much all the weird stuff happening? No, I can't blame an entire community of already strange people for doing something that literally is frowned upon in society. But I will say that the furries that were in our community and had high status, of course, were responsible. I mean, they were all furries. It really does not look good for the furry community to, you know, have an image painted like this because of people like this in the Phantom Forces community. If you can even call this a Phantom Forces community anymore, because people are dropping out like flies. Content creators are not making videos anymore, and the stats, I wish I had official stats to pull up. I'm not sure where I can find the stats. I'll probably pull it up in the second video. But people are starting to drop out of Phantom Forces very quickly, and it's really, really not looking good for Phantom Forces right now. I think another thing that I can add on is Core Fidelis, might not be a future project that Stylis might be pulling up, because I mean there's no way they can actually pull up a second project after this. And of course, Phantom Resistance, which is pretty much Phantom Forces Zombies, is probably going to be cancelled, because there's no way the developers are going to continue updating the game after these very serious allegations. And if it is that they do, we'll just see what happens. Will the game still survive? Will they still be able to keep their title running? Who knows? And I mean, even if we report all of this information to Roblox is also extremely stubborn, also extremely lazy, because they take zero accountability for the fact that Roblox condos exist. And for those who don't know what Roblox condos are, it's pretty much a game that you cannot find normally, which is where very inappropriate things happen in the game, and there are no filters, there are literally nothing. It's very inconvenient, it's not safe for work places, and literally you cannot have any children on there. It's just very, very, very inappropriate, very lewd, very explicit content that goes on in a Roblox condo, hence why they are called Roblox condos. Now, initially I planned on uploading 3 Phantom Forces videos in the following week, on probably Monday or Tuesday. Pretty much just, you know, games and like weapons that I like, and recommending setups, as well as just like doing challenges and whatnot. But in Phantom Force's current state, I don't think I will continue working on those 3 projects, hence also why I also didn't upload in quite some time this year after the first video I published on the 1st, I think the 1st of January. Is that I don't think I'm gonna post those videos. I wanted to take a little bit of time and like edit more videos at once, but I don't think I'm gonna do that now, so I highly apologize if you guys have been waiting so long for the new video. I really am sorry. Yeah, I'm just not gonna upload those projects. I think one reason why I'm not going to be doing that is I don't want to show this game any types of support, especially for what it is that the developers has just been exposed for. And I mean, I pretty much knew only the very bare bones surface of this, but now that I actually know the full-on truth, I don't want to give this game any more traction and support by making any sort of positive content relating to the game. I think even though I just returned not so long ago, I think I'm just not gonna make any content on this game, just for the safety of any other child that stumbles upon this game ever. I think it is best that now that Phantom Forces over the course of so many years have been digging its own grave, that it deserves to lay in that grave and bury itself, and that hopefully in the future we don't ever get game developers as stubborn, selfish, and just overly weird as Stylis Studios are. So yeah, do expect me to make more Minecraft content for now, until I start doing more random Roblox games again. But yeah, for now I really do not think I ever plan on playing this game again for probably the longest time. I don't think I would come back. Only under certain conditions and circumstances would I actually stream or like grind or do pretty much any sort of like challenges or setups for this game again. I just feel so disgusted and betrayed. So yeah, for now let's just say let's leave Phantom Forces in the past and move on to something more meaningful and actually good. I won't say Minecraft would be a good alternative, because honestly for me I feel like Minecraft has been a very soulless and very boring experience. But I'll see what happens when I return. I did start a hardcore I started streaming hardcore on that game again, so I'll see exactly how that goes. But for now, cheers guys. I'm gonna go make a coffee. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm trying to get 250 subscribers and trying to upload 100 videos by the end of this year. For those who are new to the channel, if you like what I do, or if you like the content that I upload or post, do leave a like, maybe a comment something goofy, comment something funny if you made it this far into the video. I like to read comments, you know, I like to comment on every other comment. I like to have conversations. I also have a Discord at the moment. I mean, one of the most dead servers you will ever see in your life, with only a few of my members who actually chat on there. Not saying not chatting on my Discord is wrong, but yeah, it does feel like a desert out there. It's pretty quiet and dry. So if you want to join my Discord, I will leave it in the comments down below. I'll have it in the pinned comment, and subscribe if you like my content, and maybe I'll do a lot more in the future. We'll see. Cheers.